Heroes and heroines of all ages. When the world tells you to get a life, you're always welcome at the One Up Block. My name is Dan the Man, your host, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories. Almost forgot the name of the game there. In the last episode, we took out Traverse Town, which ended with another boss fight with the guard armor from Kingdom Hearts 1. But this time around, it was much easier because manipulating the cards in this game to your favor really turns a bunch of old bosses into jokes. Well, that's fine. That's kind of what we want to happen anyway, right? A smooth ride for me is good for Let's Play purposes. But before we move forward, I do want to make sure I show off you can actually use cards on doors you've already opened before, so you can keep grinding if you so choose to, for like cards and stuff, or if you have a bunch of calm bounties, you want to use them. You don't know what a calm bounty is yet, but I mean, hey. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to save, and hopefully find a place to save where you can't see it. So, yeah, you can't see that shit. I'm just going to save here on the 10th. Just in case. I could die here. I'm pretty good at this fight. There's a fight coming up, by the way, and I'm pretty good at it, but just to be sure, I don't want to have to do all of that over again. So, without further ado, it's cutscene time.
Well, Sora, did you enjoy meeting your memories?
Yeah, it was good to see everyone. But what do you really want from me?
What do you have to give?
Hello.
What do you want?
No hogging the hero.
Then perhaps you'd like to test him.
Perhaps I would. My show now, Keyblade Master. Who am I? Oh, my name's Axel. Got it memorized?
Sure.
Good. You're a quick learner. So, Sora, now that we're getting to know each other better, don't you go off and die on me now.
Ooh, and that song is the 13th struggle. So for Axel, what you're going to want to do, he's kind of a butthead. When he uses his chakram and throws them at you, he's going to end up where he threw them. He's going to teleport to where they land, basically. And your goal here is to have him do his specials like so, and then break him out. You don't really want to use Donald in this fight because he can do that and heal him like a dickhead. So I just wanted to show that off while we could. Axel does have a deck to use, so don't be worried. If he's out of cards, take that as your chance to beat him up. But if he throws his chakrams like that, that's your chance, that's your opening to hit him. So make sure you're keeping an eye on him. You don't ever want to be without your cards loaded too, so while you got the chance, load your card deck. Oh, booby. It's really hard to keep track of where he's at. But he is loading his cards, so he's going to try and avoid me while he can, which he probably can because, you know, he's Axel like a dickhead. He keeps trying to use his desperation move, so make sure you have your zero card ready. But, with a little bit of effort, he shouldn't be too difficult to handle. He's going to keep just trying to teleport around, but we've got the upper hand because he's a dingus. He's probably going to try and do some crazy shit, so I'm making sure that my stuff is all loaded up. Are you trying to do your frickin' thing? No, you're not. Okay, good. Boom, boom, boom. He's probably going to do it now. So I'm going to take the chance to load my stuff up because it's a wall of fire. Just so you see what it looks like, that's what it is. If it hits you, you're going to take damage, obviously. But if you put in the effort, you can just actually use Blizzard and do a lot of damage to him like that. I missed, but, I mean, hey, we're not all perfect. Boom! He's dead. Using my strategy, you can muscle through him with Keyblades. Or, like I said, if you get a chance to hit him with Blizzaga, I'd do it. Which, by the way, 3 blizzards together makes Blizzaga. That's how magic works in this game. If you use 1 card, it's Blizzard. If you use 2 cards, it's Blizzara. And if you use 3 cards, it's Blizzaga. So, it's just basically the level of spells, and it works for every spell. Including the fire we just got. Hooray! And we can learn a new sleight. This is what leveling up Sora does. This is the first time you're seeing it because I leveled up off screen. Sora can put into HP, which increases his overall HP, obviously. He can boost his CP, which is how many... each card that you place in your deck takes an amount of CP. So the more CP Sora has, basically, the bigger his deck can be. Or if you're using really expensive cards, it lets you put in more expensive cards that don't hinder your deck anymore. But then there is also sleights. Sleights are what Leon was talking about. When you learn a sleight, it teaches you what it says down there. It's a sleight. Stun Impact is my next sleight, which I am going to be getting. We learned Stun Impact. If you learn a sleight, it will teach you how to do it. Stun surrounding enemies with a single attack. 3 attack cards of the same type. Total value of 20 to 23. So this is saying that you can have 3 of the same Keyblade cards, because this game will get complicated and make you use multiple types of Keyblades to do some of their sleights. And as long as the value equals 20 to 23, it will result in a Stun Impact. I don't use Stun Impact, but hey.
Another one? What's it do?
Kinda looks like the card you used when you made Traverse Town.
Then I guess we're gonna need it to keep going.
That's right. Did you really think after that introduction I would give up oh so easily?
You were testing us.
And you passed. Congratulations, Sora. You're ready now. Ready to take on Castle Oblivion. You will need to follow your memories. Trust what you remember and seek what you forget. Then you will find someone very special.
You mean King Mickey and Riku?
You will just have to give some more thought to who it is that's most important to you. Our most precious memories lie so deep within our hearts that they're out of reach. But I'm sure that you can find yours, Sora.
Why me?
You have lost sight of the light within the darkness, and it seems that you've forgotten that you forgot.
The light within darkness?
Would you like me to give you a hint?
Sora, do you need it?
I'm gonna figure it out for myself. If you're in my way...
Don't worry, Sora. We'll protect you.
Good answer. Just what I'd expect from the Keyblade Master. But be forewarned. When your sleeping memories awaken, you may no longer be who you are now.
And we got a bunch of new world cards. I was about to say keys. Okie dokie. Hello, Donald and Goofy. Gorsh, you think they're more like Axel and that other guy? If we meet Axel again, you can leave him to me. Well, if your magic didn't suck ass, I would. Moving to another floor erases all rooms you've created. If you return to this floor later, you'll need to make new rooms using new map cards. So, here's a little tip.
What's wrong, Jiminy?
Well, you see, what Axel said back there worries me. What could he have meant by, you may no longer be who you are?
I may no longer be me. How can I be anyone else?
Of course. Still, you can't be too careful.
Yep. Feels like just about anything could happen here in Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
We'll be okay. Whatever it is they're cooking up, we'll be able to handle it together.
Course we will. Like that creepy castle we explored together. The one with all those weird contraptions.
When was that?
I can't remember. What was it called?
Gorge. Oh, it was, Holly? Holler? Sorry, I can't remember.
What? Stop goofing around.
Goofy, sure you didn't make it up?
I don't think so.
Well, that's not good at all. It seems like we're forgetting stuff. The swirling sphere in front of Sora is called a warp point. You can freely move to and from floors that you've already completed. Stand near it and press triangle to open the world map menu. But yeah, that's not good. It seems like we're forgetting stuff. In fact, it seems like Goofy forgot about Castle Oblivion. Not Castle, oops. About Hollow Bastion. They couldn't remember the name. That's funny. Why can't I remember? We'll be here all week if we wait for Goofy to remember. So now we're going to be trying to make our way to another floor. But for now, I gotta, as I was interrupted before I said, here is a tip of what you can do for grinding cards. Every time you end up at you go between, like, if you go up to that next floor where you can choose a new place to go, you go all the way up there, then you come back and walk through the door that leads to the last room of the last area. This will respawn everything in the area, so you can hit everything again and try to grind for cards this way, and just like that, I got myself a key card. So that's pretty good. It's a crappy card, but yeah, this is a tip for if you want to grind, which, by the way, using movie magic, I have already grinded, and you didn't see any of it because I think I'm a clever, clever bastard. As I collect these Moogle points, you will notice I've got 7,000. We did not have 7,000 when I started this episode. But before we go forward, I am going to make a little adjustment to my deck, which already technically has a little adjustment to it in the first place. So let's go. I'm going to make a second deck, and what I'm going to do here is with this one, I'm going to pile on a bunch of Simbas, because with Simba, I can use Proud Roar level 3 by using a Slight. If I Slight them together, it becomes his move, which is called Proud Roar, and it becomes level 3, which does a lot of damage to enemies in front of you. So I'm going to use this to clear enemies in front of myself, and then I'm also going to make sure I have all the highest level key cards I have, just in order. So when I'm beating stuff up, most of the time, things will not be able to break my cards. As long as you have 6 and above cards, you're pretty good. But I think I am going to drop in some 5s just in case, because, you know, why not? With that, I should be able to use, like, one of these. Ooh, yeah, and I think that'll be just about enough, maybe. I want to say I want to drop one of these in, but I don't think I have enough. I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah, we had enough. I think we have enough for another one, too. Boop. Yep, just barely enough. So two blizzards are probably going to be good, because the next place we're going to is going to be Agrabah, which is one of the cards we just got. It's recommended that you go to Agrabah first because of a card that you get from fighting the boss there. It's no spoiler, we're fighting Jafar again. When I say the Disney worlds in this game are fucking pointless, I mean they're utterly pointless. You're playing you're playing the Kingdom Hearts version of the Disney worlds, but way more condensed. Like, there's no cutscenes, they're all talking scenes, and it's kind of stupid. But yeah, let's make our way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, to Agrabah, da-da-da-da-da-da. So for this, I'm just gonna show you exactly how stupid this is, because most of it is just literally the exact same thing as it was from Kingdom Hearts 1, except told slightly differently, but it still plays out the same. It's just less engaging, really. In this first fight, when you first walk into Agrabah, there is a fight, and I accidentally used Simba. Oops. Roar. So that's Proud Roar. But I'm going to get my deck back and show you what Proud Roar level 3 does. It usually only works to enemies around Simba and then in front of him. So, you know, make sure that when you use it, you're behind a bunch of enemies, because if not, he's gonna miss, which is kind of stupid, but I mean, whatever. I'm not worried about it. Boom! These guys also have a lot of health, so that's where this becomes kind of a nuisance. But it's okay, we don't have to worry about it. Also, using Aladdin here, he will get you Moogle points, which is really good, because every time he hits an enemy, they drop Moogle points. So every time you get a chance to summon Aladdin on an enemy that can take a lot of damage, I would highly recommend doing it, which I have been getting really good spawns of him for this fight, so that's pretty good. He also just, like, messes up the Heartless, so that's good. That's less time you have to spend beating stuff up. But now I am out of stuff, and I just used Simba on accident. Oh well, hopefully it kills him. Roar! Meow! We got a moment's reprieve. Okay. I was about to say, game, did you lock up on me? So this isn't exactly how this played out in Kingdom Hearts 1. We actually didn't find Aladdin here. We found him suffocating in sand. But we are at the point after he found Genie. So we basically skipped a bunch of stuff. Sort of. It kind of still happened like this in Kingdom Hearts 1 anyway. When you met, Aladdin, I believe he had Genie at that point. But, yeah. There's a waste of a wish. But in the Disney worlds, Sora, Donald, and Goofy don't do what they did in at Traverse Town. They don't remember the characters that they're seeing. They don't remember Aladdin right now. It's basically just playing out like Kingdom Hearts 1 when they first met them, except stupidly condensed. So that's why I'm not going to bother. But I am showing you this first cutscene just so you know that they're slightly different, but they're not really worth talking about. So I'm just going to skip them from now on. But welcome to Agrabah proper. Another thing that I should probably mention is I'm probably going to be avoiding most fights with Heartless because I don't really need to show them off, because they're Heartless you've already seen before, except more boring because you're barely going to get to see them attack. But you shouldn't neglect fighting Heartless if you're playing the game. You should definitely grind out cards, because these cards right here only come from fighting Heartless, which these are incredibly useful and incredibly needed to get through the game, because as you can see here, I need it to get through this door. So make sure you're grinding those out, and I'm going to progress real quick with another story. I'm not sure, but I think we have to do another fight in this one. It's either this one we have to do a fight in, or it's the next one. So I'm just going to skip this. Now, I apologize if you wanted to see it. I might do a follow-up where I just add it in the middle of the Let's Play later, but I'm telling you, you're not missing anything. It's condensed story. Double condensed story. And you do not need it. I think that's a special door that we... No, that's the final door, actually. Oh, okay, that's the... Alright, game, if that's how you want to play it. Let's use a Teeming Heartless, because this card sucks. That card makes the map that you go to spawn a whole lot of Heartless. And they are not fun. They are no bueno. Where are we going? We need to get up to there, but I think it's going to pop up through here. So I'm going to go to the left. Avoid as many Heartless as I can, because I don't need to fight them, you see. 3 or above. That's it. Martial Awakening. Martial Awakening. Each of these cards does something special too. Obviously, I should have probably told you about that. Next time we go to a door, I'll tell you what each of them does. If it doesn't already tell you. Yeah, so the card that we need goes up there. I hope I don't get attacked by a Heartless while climbing this ladder. Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. Oh, dang. Hello, plot door. How are you? Oh, we need to add up to 15. You don't need a card with 15 numbers because there's not enough. It goes up to 9. So don't be worried. You just gotta find yourself enough stuff and then ba-boom. I'm pretty sure this is the one where you have to do... You fight Heartless, so be careful. Be prepared for that. They also reuse the assets of Kingdom Hearts 1 for the cutscene things. Alright, let's use Proud Roar here and get these guys out of the way. Just... Meow! It doesn't kill those guys, but that's fine. I don't need it to kill them. I'm gonna grab that Donald card and then beat the poop out of these sword guys. Because I don't want them in my hood no more. Get out of here, you dingle. You too, get out of here. And then while there's only one shadow left, I'm gonna recharge. Because I'm gonna use Simba on the next group of Heartless. Maybe not these guys, actually. Maybe the next group. These guys are pretty harmless. My cards are mostly all stronger than them, too. And then if I use magic... Magic, by default, does a lot more damage. I use Simba. Dang it. No. Ooh. Actually, I have a bunch of, Aladdin. So after this group of Heartless... I'm just gonna summon him on them and just wreck their day. Just make their day a living hiffle. Okay, there we go. 2 Aladdins and a Donald, that works out for me. Oh, look at all those Moogle points, boy. Look at all them Moogle points, boy. I really need to load this up. Dodge. Where are you at? Oh, shit. Okay, Proud Roar. Get that fat guy. Get the fat guy, Simba. Get the fat guy. Yes. Get that fat guy, Simba. Don't let him get away. He doesn't deserve your love. He doesn't deserve your... Or... Oh. Oh, no. I think my recording just messed up, but only for a second. Hopefully that doesn't mess this entirely up, because that would suck. CP boost. Bada boomba. That sounded bad, but the recording is still going okay, I guess. No, we're skipping this. I forgot. We got the Key of Truth. Oh no, the episode is messing up, so I'm gonna stop the recording here, and I will be right back. Okie dokie, so sorry about that, folks. Sometimes things go haywire and the recordings mess up, but hopefully this fixes it, because when I record this, I want to make sure I get, like, worlds out of the way in one episode. So, like, this episode's all going to be the fight with Axel and then Agrabah. So, this is going to be the final part of this episode. And it is a boss fight, which I'm going to make sure I have the right deck equipped, because I want to use this one to fight the boss, because it's not really going to be good fighting him with a deck with Simba's in it, because it's just going to mess me up. So, let's get in there. It requires a red card, which I'm going to use as premium. I'm not a fan of premiums. They're pretty good if you use slates, but I don't really bother. But, yeah, let's get into it. Again, the plot is exactly the same as Kingdom Hearts 1. So, there's no reason for me to show it, so I'm just going to skip it. So, we walk in here, ba-ba-boo. They actually just skip a bunch of stuff. They don't actually go to the Cave of Wonders for this fight. It's so hot! Jafar must be doing this! And the battle arena is much better than it was in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's actually more efficient for fighting Iago, honestly. But, as you can probably guess, this is exactly how it was in Kingdom Hearts 1. You make sure you beat up Iago. If you break Jafar's cards, it will result in giving you a Mickey, but they're honestly not even that necessary. You can beat the crap out of Iago pretty easily on your own, but just every time he does a thing, you want to break him. Jafar is too damn slow to actually hit you, so he's almost useless in this fight, and Iago is just kind of getting wailed on. He gives you plenty of time to react and use cards, and he's too slow to actually compete with your ability to use cards. So this boss fight is just like the guard armor, made entirely easier because of Chain of Memories. You can just beat his ass and he's none the wiser. Oh, he's gonna do that laser thing. There we go. Heal. If he does that laser thing, though, it will hurt, so, you know, be sure to be careful of that. You always want that one card on hand for said reason. And I hate this because I can't get a good lock on Iago. These things are being kind of shitty for me. This is the most annoying part of this, is trying to beat up Iago while he's over a pit that you can't do. But I'm just gonna use this to take up... Oh, crap. Healerino Macarino. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait it out. You gonna... Oh, seriously? Nope, no eyeball thing today. Oh, was that the Mickey? Oh, is that the... Oh, that's the freaking Mickey. The Mickey levels out the entire playing field, and then you can just sick Aladdin on him and... And with that, boom! Jafar and Iago are down. We got the Jafar card, Jafar Genie card to be specific. And we can now put into either HP or CP. I'm gonna just dump into CP because I'm a glass cannon, as they say. If I take damage, I'm dead, but I'm gonna hit you like a truck. And this is just the same. And we get the Genie summon, just like in Kingdom Hearts 1. And that's just about it. What's going to happen on the other side of this door? Well, you just have to wait till next time. Actually, before we go, I'm going to make sure to break everything here. Because like I said before, you want to make sure to check the room for everything that's breakable. Just to collect some cards. Like that's a fire. That's a level 7 fire, actually. That's damn good. Ba-ba-boom, baby. I also didn't show you what the room cards did, but basically a room card will change the room into something different, if you haven't already guessed that. So, can I look at world cards? That's not it. That's something entirely different. Map cards, this is it. So, Tranquil Darkness is a room where only a few Heartless appear, so there's less Heartless. You can also see the stats of the rooms right there. Teeming Heartless is a room where many Heartless appear. So you have a big room and there's a lot of Heartless. Feeble Darkness, a room where the Heartless with weak cards appear. So their cards are -2. So what they would normally have, like if they use a 6 card, they're going to use a 4 card now. So that's basically the gist of it. The cards tell you exactly what they do, so I'm not going to really go into each and every one of them. But yeah, we made it through the first 2 worlds. We're making our way downtown. Again, I apologize if you really wanted to see the Disney worlds in their entirety by me reading the dialogue, but I'm like, when I tell you that it's pointless, again, I'm going to reiterate, it's entirely pointless. What we want is the Castle Oblivion plot, which is what we're trying to achieve here. But yeah, that's all the time we have for this one. A hero's work is never done. Join me again next time as we continue to tackle Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Later days, everybody.